Only 11.8 miles away from Juarez, Mexico, stands Robert Randolph Jones Stadium, one of the best in the nation, fitting a capacity of 12,000 spectators who tonight gather for El Paso football's oldest rivalry, the Battle of the Claw. And it's streaming on the El Paso Sports Network. Alongside former Montwood Ram quarterback Isaac Galvan, I'm Sebastian Perez Navarro. Isaac, we get to be spectators to the oldest rivalry in the 915. Fourth oldest in the Lone Star State.
Absolutely. This is going to be a game for the ages. I'm telling that to the fans right now. This game has been going on for so long, and the intensity just continues to carry throughout these years. I mean, you just want to see both teams execute, and whoever wants to get on top is going to be the one on top.
It was a rivalry established in 1930. El Paso High School, the oldest high school in this city. The Austin Panthers, the second oldest. So already bad blood dating back to its origins.
Absolutely. I mean, just that building alone, both buildings alone, it kind of already sets the tone for how this game is going to play out. Both teams are number 1 and 2. One wants to come out on top.
3.7 miles are the division between both of these schools. But there is no connecting line between emotions as the captains are sent out to the center of the field for the Battle of the Claws coin toss, the 96th edition going down tonight. In a rivalry game, Isaac, from your perspective, playing a pivotal role in the rivalry that is the Battle of the Woods. Do the mind games start in that center?
Absolutely. I mean, you're already going to start staring these guys down, trying to put some intimidation on their other team. Those handshakes are going to be just a little more firm than what they normally do with those refs.
Both of the captains meeting in the middle at R.R. Jones Stadium, a complex built in 1916. This high school turning 110 years old. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places. A symbol of El Paso, a definition of culture. And for both of these institutions, the way that culture is interpreted has very different meanings. For the Austin Panthers, they come into the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw, holding the all-time lead. We go back to the last time that both of these squads faced off last year over at McKee. That was the Panther victory, 42-13. The Golden Panthers, winners of the last 8. What's on the line tonight? That is the trophy of the Claw. It's known as a traveling trophy, but it hasn't done much traveling lately.
Not at all. I mean, it's been staying in one spot, collecting that dust, and Panthers are going to use that tonight. They're going to use that as a way to get into the minds of the El Paso Tigers. They know they have that trophy in their case, and they know it's safe and secure at the moment. They just have to battle it out and defend that.
The trophy wasn't always safe and secure, but we'll get into that conversation a little later as both of the squads get ready for kick as the sun sets overlooking downtown El Paso and neighboring Ciudad Juarez. In the foreground, the Franklin Mountains. Right now at the center, the turf. We'll take a moment to honor America. You're watching the El Paso Sports Network.
ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing until the color guard exits the field. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may now be seated.
When you have Audi El Paso in your corner, you can consider all of your car needs to be taken care of. Whether you're switching up your ride or your car needs upkeep, all of our centers are under one roof in El Paso. Get to know what services we offer as the premier Audi dealer in El Paso. Audi El Paso is online 24/7 at AudiElPaso.com. Thank you for supporting the El Paso Sports Network. Seconds away from kicking off the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw. What's on the line tonight? Pride, culture, bragging rights, and a trophy that has defined this rivalry since the year 1960. The Golden Panthers will get the chance to be golden on offense first. The 915 is ready to experience a spectacle. The players on the field are ready. There's only one thing left to say. It's time for Friday Night Football. Austin receives first, taking it back close near the end zone, down to the 30, going past the 40, and it's going to be very solid starting position for the Austin Golden Panthers, attributed to the return by Joel Castañeda.
I mean, wonderful run right there to open up with this game. Joel Castañeda just taking it down the left sideline, trying to find some open room to work with, and he found just enough to get up to around the 42-yard line.
If there's a statement that would define the Austin Golden Panthers, it's this: pound the rock. Last season, this team as a whole had 438 carries, 3,732 yards on the ground.
I mean, that just speaks volume to the big man up front and to the running backs in the back room. They're trying to do everything in their absolute power to execute and keep everything on the ground.
Austin will start at their own 42. Under center, will hand it up to the big man. Moves towards the edge, successfully moves the Golden Panthers past their own 45, down at the 46-yard line.
I mean, right there, just goes what we were just saying right now. They're going to start with this run game, and they're going to continue to start with this run game. Giving it to Roberto Flores, and he's stumbling for about 4 yards.
Second down and 6 for Austin. Led by their 10th-year head coach, Eric Pichardo. Hired back in January of 2017. He has led this unit to 8 consecutive victories over El Paso High School. Now returns to R.R. Jones Stadium for the first time in 2 years. The handoff up the gut after the fake. Castañeda's got room. Nothing but green grass ahead. Castañeda's gonna go all the way. No question about it. It's an Austin Panther golden touchdown.
Look at the run right there by Castañeda, just finding the open space and bouncing it right back to the outside and staying along that right sideline.
A score for the Golden Panthers at golden hour for senior Joel Castañeda, his first of the new year. 3 touchdowns as a junior last season, coming off his best career one, and starts off his 4th and final season on varsity with a bang. Now on for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, off the upright, it's no good. 6-0 in the first quarter. after Austin punches in a touchdown at the 10-minute and 56-second marker. Sophomore kicker ZQ Turon on his first attempt misses the extra point. You're watching the El Paso Sports Network as the Austin Panthers lead in the Battle of the Claw.
Hey fans, don't forget about the chin-up challenge. The school that does the most chin-ups determines tonight's winner. So be sure
Water emergency. Jimmy Garza Emergency Water Removal is ready 24/7, 365 days a year when unexpected water damage strikes. From burst pipes to flooding, count on our team for fast, professional help. You can call them at 915-474-9472. Again, that's 915-474-9472. Thank you to our partners at Jimmy Garza. No time wasted for the Austin Panthers. Chew it off a little more than a minute. Already, senior running back Joel Castañeda is getting it done, Isaac.
Absolutely. I mean, that's already an opening statement right there by the Austin Panthers. I mean, they're going to continue running this ball as much as they can. What's not broke, you don't fix, right? So they're going to continue doing this. Coach Ricciardo is going to continue watching how this Tigers defense breaks down, and they're going to continue running that ball.
You imagine that Austin's Golden Panther named Henry is already pretty ecstatic as the kick goes out of the end zone for a touchback. El Paso High will have their first opportunity with new varsity quarterback junior CJ Aguilar.
I mean, wonderful opportunity for this kid to come in, start playing some quarterback for this team. We just got to see what he's made of today. In all reality, he's brand new to the varsity level. There's a lot of eyes on him, and he has to come up to that level and just play.
And his introduction is presented on a historic stage, it being such an impactful rivalry for this city.
Absolutely. That adds more pressure to this, but at the same time, he just has to see what he's made of. Coaches are going to see what he's made of, and we're going to go from there.
Takes the snap, Aguilar fakes it, will take it up the gut himself, makes a Panther miss before stumbling down close to the 30. They'll mark him down at El Paso High zone, 29-yard line for a second down and manageable.
Seems like some miscommunication right there between the running back and the quarterback there. I mean, quarterback was looking for something, running back went elsewhere. He just did what he could do, just ran up the middle, got some positive yards on that.
El Paso High, also a team that emphasizes the run. In 311 carries last season, the Tigers put up 1,042 yards through the ground. Aguilar is in shotgun formation. A man is in motion. Takes the snap, will hand it up the gut. An easy handoff will make it third down and short. Hand it off over to senior Ledger Merritt.
I mean, just goes to show that both of these teams are big running teams, right? They're going to continue to keep this ball on the ground. They're going to try to get it comfortable and see what they can do with that.
Third down and 4 for the Tigers. Merritt coming off a season where he ran for 561 yards as a junior. Shotgun formation once again. Aguilar takes the snap. Looks, has to get rid of it quickly. Has a man wide open down the 50. Now makes a strut. Going past the 40, but he's finally pulled down, but not before moving them chains. Reception completed to senior receiver Anthony Carrillo.
I mean, wonderful breakdown right there. Quarterback was calm in the pocket. You can see it break down a little bit on the right side, but he stayed in that pocket firm and strong, and he found Anthony Carrillo on that right sideline, hit him on a zip. Wonderful first down.
First pass for the new QB. It results in a huge gain, and now the Tigers are threatening the Panthers inside of Austin territory. El Paso High and their opposition's 38. Flag thrown immediately.
Seems to be on the El Paso High Tigers.
False start. So after the huge play, taken back 5. El Paso High looking to rebound after losing 42-13 last year over in the home of the Panthers. The last time El Paso High came away with a victory in this rivalry, you'd have to go back to October 13th of 2017. First down and 15. Aguilar takes it quickly, looks, screen pass. It's off the hands of Santi Herrera.
Quick throw right there. Seems like the coaches and quarterback saw something that not everybody was expecting. It was a quick screen, but just not the greatest ball in the world. Has to get a better ball on that one.
It's a very new-look offense when it comes to the El Paso High School Tigers. They lost both of the quarterbacks that played last season in the form of Landon Nusa and Luis Rodriguez. So you don't only add Aguilar to the equation, but simultaneously a new receiver in Santi Herrera.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just something they have to build connections with, and this is going to happen over the course of the whole season.
2nd down and 15. Aguilar rolling off to the left. Looks, throws. That's a very risky pass intended for his receiver. However, almost batted down by a Panther. Makes it 3rd down and long.
Yeah, I mean, rolling out to the left right there. He was trying to find some open grass to work with, but you could see that the edge was set, and he couldn't move out any farther than that. Trying to find somebody downfield. That was the next option he had. Try to fit into a tight window. Nothing available.
3rd down and long. After an explosive pass, El Paso High now looking to continue the drive.
Seems to be a zone coverage here.
Shotgun formation. 2 receivers out right. Pocket crumbling. Aguilar dancing around. Rolls to the left. Zips it to his man. However, it won't be enough to move the chains.
I mean, just unfortunate right there. Trying to get some yardage after that first initial penalty, but there's a lot more game left in this, so we got to see what happens after.
An incomplete pass by CJ Aguilar. It brings an end to a drive that started off high, now ends in the Tigers punting. Successful in moving the chains once. However, it's the Austin Golden Panthers at golden hour, leading 6-0. As El Paso High gets set to punt it away. Snap is low. Still gets the kickoff. It's high and it's far. Into the hands. Caught for a fair catch by Joel Castañeda. As Austin will come back onto the field. The drive last time was simple. 1 run, 1 score.
Absolutely. I mean, right there, again, they're just going to try to set the tone early in the game. They're going to want to use Castañeda to try to set that tone. I mean, he was a huge asset to the Panthers last season. Why not continue using him with some years under his belt?
Last season, a one in which the Panthers were able to clinch an appearance in the playoffs. 3rd in their district after going 7-4 overall, 6-2 in district matchups. In 4A Division 1. 9 straight seasons, the Panthers have made the playoffs. In the 9-year reign of head coach Eric Pichardo, this season being its 10th. Under center once again. They'll run it up the gut. Minimal yardage. Makes it 2nd down and 7 for Austin.
Huge bruiser right there. Roberto Flores, I mean, just look at the size on him. You can just tell they're going to use him as a fullback all night long.
Last season for Austin, a total of 4,276 yards gained by the offense. Through all of that yardage and offensive prowess, 0 fumbles by this squad. Under center once again on a 2nd down and 7. Hands it off once again to the big man. He'll be brought down close to moving the chains. 2 yards shy of it, however, is Roberto Flores. Starting at quarterback for the Panthers tonight, a sophomore Mason Rube making his varsity debut down at R.R. Jones Stadium. Hailed as one of the best not only in the Lone Star State, but the nation. The home to the first 3 Sun Bowls, a game that has come to define not only the University of Texas at El Paso, but this community as a whole.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to continue to be that big mark in the society here in El Paso, Texas.
Played host to the bowl game in 1935, 36, and 37. Austin facing 3rd down and short. Will hand it up the gut once again. Cuts to the edge. It's going to be enough yards on the gain by junior runner Roberto Flores to make it another 1st down and 10 for Austin.
They're just going to continue doing this all day. They're going to continue running it up that gut and just continue pounding the middle of that field until something is fixed by the El Paso High Tigers.
As the first quarter continues to tick near midway through, you tend to notice a common behavior in the 915, that is everybody rushing into the stadium after lots of traffic.
Oh, absolutely. Trust me, you're going to see many people just walking into the stadium trying to find their seat and try to get ready for some Friday night football.
A stadium built into the ground overlooking the Greco-Roman architecture of El Paso High School. Fakes it to Flores, hands it up the gut instead for a minimal gain on the play. Austin now inside of their own 26-yard line.
He's brought down by number 15 from Paso, Ryan Contreras. Plays good for 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
For the Austin Panthers, a squad who has achieved playoff glory before in getting to those games. However, searching for their first playoff win since 2019. Last time it happened was in November. They beat the Canutillo Eagles. Last season, bowing out of the 4A playoffs after a loss to Randall. Under center, handed up the gut to the big man once again. He cuts the corner, makes it 3rd down and short. The gain by Roberto Flores makes this down and distance play manageable for Austin. Simple game plan, nothing broke yet.
Absolutely not. I mean, Flores is going to be on that ground running it all day. Coach Richardo knows this. He's trying to break down this El Paso High's defense to see what he can manage later on in this game. But right now, he is setting the tone for this offense.
Austin, a high school opened in 1930, built in 1929. This year, Austin turns 96 years old. The two oldest high schools in El Paso battling it out on a Friday night. 3rd down and very short. Handed up to Flores once again. The Tigers building a wall. It won't matter because Flores advances a yard extra to make it a 1st down and 10.
I mean, just like that, they're going to continue giving it up for a fullback counter. I mean, they're going to continue using those big men up front and the big men in the back. Flores is going to continue pounding that ball, and it's just going to happen all night long.
The junior running back is entering his 2nd year on varsity. This comes after a season where he had 115 carries, ran for 1,076 yards. That was good enough for 2nd in his district, Isaac.
I mean, great numbers right there. I mean, you're going to want somebody who's had some experience under that belt, but at the same time, somebody who can run that ball and carry the rock and keep it safe as well from the defense.
Averaged 97.8 yards per game with 17 total touchdowns. Under center once again for Austin, 1st down and 10. Will hand it up the guts. Another hole, another explosive run past the 30, all the way to the 20. No question about it, because Castañeda will be dragged down close to the pylon, and it'll be called a touchdown. Austin, hey, hey, look at the A. It's another Golden Panther TD.
Wow, just wonderful run right there. There is nothing better than seeing a running back break into the open field and getting that touchdown.
Typically, the A on the mountain that symbolizes Austin High School is only lit up during homecoming season. But with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, 2 back-to-back touchdowns by Joel Castañeda, maybe you excuse lining it up on a Friday night.
Absolutely. Castañeda's setting the tone for this offense, and he's going to continue doing this. I mean, you can see him just choosing those holes carefully. He's calm and collected while choosing them. The big men up front are doing their jobs and executing everything they need to, getting positive yards, and then getting a big run on that for a touchdown.
Already 2 TDs, a brace in the first quarter for Joel Castañeda. Austin lines up for 2. Under center, hands it up the guts of Flores. Flores tries to go to the right. It'll be unsuccessful for the Panthers. After 2 back-to-back touchdowns from the legs of their senior running back, Joel Castañeda, unsuccessful extra point and an unsuccessful 2-point try makes it 12-0 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. You're watching Friday Night Football on the El Paso Sports Network. Elite Meals LLC is the place to go to find meals that fit your goals, schedule, and budget. Elite Meals LLC is available to make eating good, quality food quick, convenient, and affordable. especially for all you busy and hardworking individuals who don't always have the time to prepare a meal. Whether you're watching your macros, looking for healthier options, or simply needing a convenient meal on the go, Elite Meals has you covered. Elite Meals offers macro-friendly meals, food modifications, and discounts to make your meals work for you and your lifestyle. And when you order from Elite Meals, you can expect friendly and exceptional customer service every step of the way. So don't waste your valuable time worrying about what you're going to eat, and simply let Elite Meals LLC do the work for you. After 2 consecutive rushing touchdowns, the Austin Panthers get set to kick it away. When we go back to 2 seasons ago, back in 2024, one of the closest matchups that this historic rivalry has undergone. That game, initially being played on a Friday, had to be moved to a Saturday due to inclement weather. The Austin Panthers ended up squeaking out a win, 21-19, over the Tigers to clinch win number 6 in a row in the Battle of the Claw.
I mean, just goes to show weather is impactful here in the 915, but more so it's towards the players as well. They want to play a football game on Friday night, and it just wasn't happening. But on Saturday morning, I mean, trust me, birds are chirping. It's a brand new day, more football.
The sun beginning to set over the Franklin Mountains and neighboring Ciudad Juarez over downtown El Paso. Aguilar takes the snap. He hands it up the gut to Ledger Merritt, who gains a yard. 2nd down and 9. And already you see the bad blood between both of these squads on the bench.
Absolutely. And you're going to see this all night. I mean, both of these teams want a W here. And the intensity is just so high. You can feel it within the stadium, within the players, and even within the fans. I mean, everything here is riding on this W. We're going to see who comes out with it today.
Shotgun formation for CJ Aguilar, the junior varsity quarterback experiencing this moment for the first time in his career. Looks, throws, that pass is bobbled, almost intercepted. Intended target was Anthony Carrillo, already has a catch today, as the Tigers are trailing by double digits.
I mean, you can see right there, trying to scramble right, trying to find something on the boundary side, and got the ball tipped. Ball went behind him a little bit. Receiver wasn't able to make a catch. Coming in on 3rd down now.
You see the juxtaposition between both of these squads. For a quarterback like Aguilar, it's his first time in this moment. But when you have a defensive back such as senior Joel Castañeda, the 4th time that he's been involved in this rivalry.
I mean, you're going to continue seeing these rivalries, and you're going to continue seeing these matchups, and it's just going to happen all night long. We're going to need to see that and see how they come on top of that.
Shotgun formation on a 3rd down and 9. Aguilar drops back, flag flies immediately. He completes it to his intended target. For now, it's a 1st down. We'll check the call. Pass completed to Santi Herrera. Flag flew right as Aguilar held the snap.
Seems to be on the El Paso High Tigers.
Holding call against the Tigers. What could have been a 1st down instead brought back due to a mistake.
Seems to be a recurring event right now. We had a mistake earlier in the 1st quarter, and now later in the 1st quarter. I mean, they're just going to have to talk about these and try to come up with a solution to these problems.
With 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, the Tigers face 3rd down and long. They'll send trips out to the left. A sole receiver out to the right. Aguilar looks that direction. Pumps, looks, throws, deep downfield. That pass is completed to move the chains. The connection to CJ Aguilar and Santi Herrera results in the survival of an EPEHS drive.
I mean, astounding throw right there. Throwing it along the right sideline, breaking down that corner down there. I mean, this is just everything you want to see with the throw. I mean, he's able to track the ball, and he's able to find his receiver downfield. Great execution right there by the El Paso High Tigers.
EPHS now down in their opposition's 40-yard line. When they were in this spot prior, they couldn't capitalize. Herrera once again sent alone towards the right. They'll hand it off to Merritt. Merritt will go inside of the 40, beat brought down at Austin's 38.
I mean, as much as you want to develop a passing game, you also want to develop a run game on that ground. I mean, you're going to be able to combat the Austin.
For Merritt last season, averaged 62.3 yards per game. As El Paso High faces 2nd down and 8. Aguilar takes a snap, looks, throws down to the right. Knew his man, just couldn't complete it. Pass intended for Anthony Carrillo. Makes it 3rd down and 8.
I mean, just look at the discipline here on number 3, Kamani Cooley on the defensive side. Seeing that it was going to be a quick throw, CJ Aguilar tries to zip that into the spot. And Cooley just picked up on that immediately, shutting it down, putting his fist in there, and breaking up that ball.
El Paso High already has one missed opportunity from Austin territory. They don't want a troubling sense of deja vu. 3rd down and 8. Shotgun formation once again. 2 receivers out on both sides. Aguilar takes the snap with Merritt to the left. Looks right, throws in that very direction. Deep downfield has got a man, but there's too much sauce on the pass. Incomplete. 4th down and 8.
Fastball is incomplete. Ball remains at the Austin 38-yard line.
Just unfortunate right there. Anthony Carrillo found himself on a seam in the middle, and CJ Aguilar saw that as well, but just could not connect down the field.
From an opportunity to move the chains and possibly get inside of the end zone to instead a punt. El Paso High once again kicking it off. Low snap, bobbled at first. Now sent into the end zone for a touchback. The Austin Panther offense will come back onto the field once again. Sophomore Mason Rube has gotten the start under center. However, carrying the workload has been senior running back Joel Castañeda and junior running back Roberto Flores.
Absolutely, and the Panthers have the El Paso Tigers right where they want them, defense and offense alike. Their defense is coming out on top every single drive, and the offense is also scoring on both of their drives already. They're going to continue to capitalize on that and just continue to show this pedal to the metal type.
El Paso High School coming off a season where they went 3-7 against overall opponents, defined by a 2-6 district record. At home, they clinched 2 wins. Away, they were 1-4. This year, getting the Panthers at home. A squad led by head coach Ray Aguilar Jr., hired back in April of 2020. Coach Aguilar tasked with trying to rehaul a squad who before his time was winless in the 2019 to 2020 season, rebuilding them during the COVID pandemic.
Yeah, and it's really tough to do that as a coach. I mean, you're just trying to get all your players in one spot without even getting sick. And it's really hard to get those film sessions in with everybody being in such close proximity. So you just got to find ways around that, train the team, and build that chemistry.
12-0, we stand at R.R. Jones Stadium with a little over a minute to play in the first quarter. Once again, handed up the gut. It'll go for minimal yardage. 2 gained. Makes it 2nd down and 8 for Austin. As we tick to under a minute. The sun becoming ever so lower. Austin High's confidence, however, just increasing per play.
Absolutely, and it's going to continue to increase unless this El Paso High defense can just figure it out. Coach Pichardo is definitely going to pick on this, and he's going to continue running that ball.
In a stadium that can fit 12,000 spectators, turning 110 years old this year. 2nd down and 8. Game clock is at 17. Play clock is at 4. Hand it off. This time to the right. Flag flies immediately on the handoff to Joel Castañeda.
Seems to be like it's on the El Paso High Tigers here. You can see number 10, Jonathan Carrillo, kind of just jump a little before that ball snapped and just kind of anticipating it. Coming back towards them for 5.
An offside's called against El Paso High. Austin gets favorable field position. What would have been a third down and long instead is a second down and short. Clock continues to roll. At 5 seconds, as Austin will return to their bench, and it'll mark the end of the first quarter. At the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw, it's the Panthers who are in their search for their 9th consecutive victory over their in-town rivals, leading 12-0. You're watching Friday Night Football on the El Paso Sports Network.
Audi Q3, own the moment. Meet the new Audi Q3. Bold design, intelligent technology, confident performance. From the city streets to the open road, the Q3 is engineered to make every drive feel extraordinary. The new Audi Q3, make every moment yours. Visit us in person at 6318 Montana or 24/7 at AudiElPaso.com.
Summer is almost over, but the excitement is just getting started. As we're trying to wrap up our Summer of Audi sales event, I want to personally invite you guys to start looking at the all-new Q7 and the all-new Q9 that are headed down to El Paso right now. All new technology, new experiences, and more importantly, a different way to experience luxury in this great city. So stay tuned. The best is yet to come. This is Audi.
Nice on the court, streaks on the floor, crowd at the gate, wanting more. Scoreboard goes, hands go high. Tonight we fly, no sleep, just sky. Feel that roll, feel that rise. Wave by wave, we own the night. Tuesday night volleyball. Tuesday night volleyball. Serve it up, we go all in. Tuesday night.
We welcome you back to R.R. Jones Stadium. A run that goes wrong for the Austin Panthers makes it third down and long from an initial second down and short that they were allowed to have due to an offsides call on the El Paso High School Tigers. Start of the second quarter, it's the Panthers on the hunt for their 9th straight claw. They lead 12-0 over the El Paso High School Tigers.
I mean, you can just see this defense. You can see the adjustment they just made. It is now a nickel formation. Originally was about a 4-3. They brought in an extra guy on that line just to see if they can shut down this run from the Austin Panthers. They're going to have some 2 guys in the back trying to shut that down as well.
Third down and 6 for Austin. The sophomore quarterback under center once again. Handed up the gut to the big man. Junior running back Roberto Flores. Ball falls out, but that's after the play. It's a movement of the chains and another first down for the Austin Panthers.
Even though they just brought in all those guys, I mean, just seems that Flores just has no way of just stopping. He's going to continue rolling in this game. And it just seems like the defense just needs to figure this out somehow. But Coach Pichardo is calling the wonderful play calls, and he's doing great with that.
And for starting quarterback Mason Rube, the sophomore, first time not only in this setting of the Battle of the Claw, but in general, varsity football, pretty easy task tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, one goal, hand off the ball, don't lose that ball, don't turn it over. And if he does end up passing ever, trust me, it's going to be a sight to see.
Over downtown El Paso, R.R. Jones Stadium built into the ground. Castañeda looking to fly. Off his spin move, he makes it second down and very short.
About 8 yards on the pickup right there. Castañeda just looking smooth and controlled right there, looking for a hole, finds it, gets good positive yardage.
Already 2 touchdowns for the returning running back. His 4th season on varsity at a stature of 5'11", 185 pounds. The opening game of Texas high school football for both of these squads. Tonight, Friday, is when all the action happens around El Paso. On the El Paso Sports Network, our sister channel, Chapin taking on Franklin. That game available to watch on demand. Second down and 2. Handed up the gut to Flores. Flores will punch it past the chains. Gets close to midfield. Will be down 2 yards shy at the 48. One of the advantages of the run, it bleeds the clock. Now under 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, they're definitely wasting some of this clock here in the early of the second quarter. I mean, they're going to continue to do this, and the game plan is to kill that clock, making sure that El Paso High keeps their hands off of that football, allowing almost no points on that board. Coach Richard knows exactly what's going to happen.
The 2024 district champions in 4A D1 looking to gain their crown back. It starts with what they hope is a win against their arch nemesis. That run will help by Joel Castañeda. Almost moves the chains, makes it 2nd down and 1.
I mean, just phenomenal gameplay right there, picking up 9. If this continues to work, I mean, they're just going to continue giving it Castañeda and Flores all night. They're not even going to look anywhere else. Coach Aguilar definitely has to make some adjustments here coming into the second quarter, trying to find a way to shut down this run game.
As the 915 football community begins to pack out the stands of R.R. Jones Stadium. Second down and 1. 8 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the first half. Under center, once again, Rube hands it off. Another spin move by Castañeda. He's going to be a yard shy of the chains. Make it a 3rd down and short 1.
I mean, wonderful crackdown there by Alarcon. I mean, just wonderful seeing that running back was going to get the ball, coming in off the edge, making that stop, coming in for a 3rd and 1, saving a huge play right there, making it a money down.
Playing in an institution that, back then to build, this speaks for the entire high school, R.R. Jones Stadium, cost only $500,000. That's still a substantial amount, but when you adjust that to inflation, it's a little over $15 million.
Absolutely. I mean, crazy amounts of money that people had back then, and they just totally used it, and they built this wonderful campus overseeing the beautiful city of El Paso, Texas.
Sophomore varsity quarterback Mason Rube will have the chance to punch it up the gut himself. He gets enough yardage to move the chains as Austin creeps inside of Tiger territory.
I mean, just right there, as you were saying earlier, very easy job, but trust me, here and there, they are going to trust them with that ball. Getting an easy quarterback sneak up that middle, getting them a 1st down.
A little over 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. The story can possibly boil down to this. Henry the Golden Panther is having the time of his life. However, Tiberius the Tiger, not so much.
Absolutely not. Tiberius is probably somewhere looking for this team to just flip that switch, and I'm pretty sure Henry's taunting him the whole way there.
Play clock is under 6 seconds. Hands it to Flores. Flores is off. Over to the left. Flores rumbles and stumbles. He moves the chains. It gets close to the 30-yard line inside of El Paso High territory for another Panther 1st down.
Who says the big man can't run? Trust me, he just got a 1st down, 10-yard gain, and bouncing it outside, looking like a running back himself. Great play right there.
Ring, ring. Refrigerator Perry's calling.
Wonderful, wonderful.
1st down and 10. The Panthers inside of El Paso High's 31-yard line. A new set of downs as head coach Eric Pichardo is in no rush to get a playoff. Play clock at 10, game clock at 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Under center, Rube hands it up the gut. Solid run makes it 2nd down and medium as Austin gets past El Paso High's 30-yard line.
You go, a good 3-yard gain right there. I mean, they're going to continue to push this ball. As long as there's positive yardage, I'm pretty sure Coach Pichardo is going to be more than satisfied with that, getting them closer and closer to that end zone.
The 4th oldest rivalry in El Paso, Texas. The 96th edition of it is almost wrapping up its second quarter, under 6 minutes to play. Austin has held position for the entire quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. Have been on offense this whole time as El Paso High School will regroup.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they're noticing that Austin was taking a huge chunk of that time, and they totally need that.
Head coach Ray Aguilar takes a timeout, so will we. as new and used Ford vehicles are for sale in Lordsburg, New Mexico. We provide a range of commercial models for New Mexico businesses, and our team is eager to help you find the right Ford for your needs. Visit us in Lordsburg, New Mexico to see why we are a leading Ford dealer near Santa Clara. You can go to www.smithfordlordsburg.com. Again, that's www.smithfordlordsburg.com. Head coach Ray Aguilar Jr. faces a deficit of 12-0, 5 minutes and 9 seconds. The Austin Panthers have held possession through the entire quarter.
I mean, that's just something you don't want to have. I mean, for the El Paso High Tigers, they're trying to get that ball into the end zone, but it just seems to be fruitless, right? And Coach Aguilar is trying to see that. He's trying to find a way for this team to bounce back from that and trying to amp up his players to make sure that they stay open-minded and in the game.
The student section theme tonight at El Paso High is Minions theme. Ray Aguilar Jr. hopes to be their Gru.
Hopefully leading them to steal the moon. Or in this case, the trophy.
2nd down and 7. The Austin Panthers, the owners of it for 8 straight years, looking to make it 9. A toss to Castañeda. 1's not enough. 2 isn't either. In fact, make it a hat trick for the senior running back, Joel Castañeda. It's a Golden Panther touchdown.
I mean, you could just see right there, Rube, the quarterback, came in on a block. I mean, stuff like that is so simple, but yet it gets you so far with things. And the fact that he was throwing that block out against the defense, wonderful block, wonderful edge that he set. Castañeda was able to build on that and score a touchdown.
2 magic words for 3 touchdowns. Hat trick. Joel Castañeda, the returning running back, has now matched the total amount of touchdowns he had last season in one night.
I mean, absolutely insane. And he's just going to continue and get better throughout the season. And Coach Brichardo is definitely going to use those legs for greater and bigger things later on.
The Austin Panthers will line up to go for 2. Leading 18-0. Missed an extra point after their first touchdown. Unsuccessful 2-point conversion on their previous try. Rube steps back, will pass for the first time tonight. Wide open man in the end zone. No question about it. It's a 2-point conversion for the Austin Panthers. The party doesn't stop. The A's lit up across EPTX.
I mean, just phenomenal work right there. No one was expecting that throw coming out of Rube. He steps back calmly in the pocket and decides to just deliver a ball right over to his receiver. Wonderful execution by the Austin Panthers.
A hush over in R.R. Jones Stadium. Both of these schools separated 3.7 miles apart. That's a 10-minute drive in El Paso traffic on a Friday at 5 p.m. Maybe it's 20. Nonetheless, it hasn't stopped the Austin community from also filing in to support their squad. And it's the Golden Panther fans who right now are loving the result. 20-0 with 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the first half.
Absolutely, and trust me, those fans are going to only get louder. I mean, as long as Coach Ritardo and this offense and defense continue doing what they've been doing, there is nothing that can stop this momentum at all.
The sun completing its descent, the stadium lights ever so slightly increasing in their power as it's the Austin Panthers who look to boot it away after another touchdown from their senior running back. First successful 2-point try. The special teams unit is hyped up. The El Paso High School Tigers wanting to switch momentum. Taking it out near the end zone. Jukes one, can't juke the rest. Ball is loose on the ground. No signal yet on who has it. Still on the ground. Looking to the bottom of the pile, it'll be El Paso High School's ball after the fumble from the returner on the kick, Salvador Alarcon.
I mean, just not what you wanted right there out of a return. Looking for a big return, ends up coming back even more than where he got it. It was fumbled right where he got the ball, right? And this is just not something you want to see. Coach Aguilar probably trying to find some way to figure this out.
You look at both squads. Austin has been using their returning players. Joel Castañeda has been the offensive standout. For El Paso High School, however, relying on lots of new faces, a new quarterback, new wide receivers.
Absolutely. I mean, this is just something that's going to happen throughout the season, but they have to build a sort of connection with each other in order to provide for each other. They have to find a way to connect on all levels, defense, offense, even special teams alone, right? New players always need some chemistry built. It's going to happen this season.
Aguilar fakes it, hit while he throws. That ball is incomplete.
I mean, just a lucky break right there. He decides to throw it, almost intercepted by the Austin defense.
Kamani Cooley thought he had himself an interception. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Makes it 2nd down and 10. El Paso High School backed up in their own 12-yard line. Tonight has not been their night. Down by 20 points, 4 minutes, 39 seconds to go. In the first half, in the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw, the Tigers may be the OGs, but Austin may be saying, out with the old, in with the new, because the status quo of this rivalry has been that of Austin being the owners of the Claw for nearly a decade.
I mean, right there, Merritt just trying to get something to happen, but defensive lineman Elijah Rector just totally blows it up, causing Merritt to lose his balance, only allowing Merritt for about a 2-yard gain.
3rd down and 8 for El Paso High. CJ Aguilar has made explosive plays, however the offense unable to capitalize on them. When time comes to buckle down, it's been the Panthers who have been successful in doing so. Shotgun formation. Trips out right. Aguilar takes a low snap. Here comes the pressure. He rolls out of it, dancing along in the pocket, connects with his man, and it's good enough to move the chains, advancing the Tigers close to their own 30-yard line. Pass completed over to senior Anthony Carrillo.
I mean, sometimes quarterback needs to get out of the pocket, and he does on that one. Seeing that the edge came in just a little too quick, right? But Anthony Carrillo adjusting to that, saying, hey, I'm right here. Throw me the ball. Getting it in a good position, getting them a 1st down.
Under 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. El Paso High inside of the huddle. Down to 2 timeouts after burning 1 while Austin was on offense earlier in this quarter. 1st down and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Trips out left. Handed up the gut to Ledger Merritt. Merritt is going to prove why he has the merit to be the starting running back on this squad by moving the chains.
I mean, wonderful right there. Just look at Merritt take a backflip on the end of that tackle right there. I mean, you could just see the power he has behind him. But even better, he found a hole to work with, and he decided to go with that, getting them a 1st down.
Is that why football players are so good at backflips?
Most of the time, it happens unnaturally. But in this case, it happens somewhat naturally because of this defense.
So then the larger question is, Isaac, can you do a backflip?
Absolutely not.
Shotgun formation. Aguilar hands it up the gut. This time, Ledger Merritt will find no room to run. No yards gained, no yards lost. 2nd down and 10.
Look at the discipline right there by that defense. I mean, just shutting that run game down. Merritt trying to find something to work with. This defense is capitalizing off of that. No gainage on the play.
No rush for El Paso High School. The 2-minute warning slowly creeping up at 2 minutes, 14 seconds to play. The Tigers on their own 41-yard line. Trips out to the left. Sole receiver out to the right. That pass is heaved up, and it's too high. Almost intercepted by the Austin Panthers, just creeping away from the fingertips of Beckham Alarcon.
I mean, yeah, just not what you want to see from a coach's perspective. I mean, your quarterback was trying to fit it right into a tight pocket and just couldn't find his receiver. Number 21, Joshua Vallejo. I mean, he was just trying to find a little grass spot to sit in and just couldn't get it to him.
And now, for better or for worse, you face 3rd down with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go, having to snap off a play. Shotgun formation. Aguilar steps up, looking to run, now throws deep down to the middle. That pass almost intercepted once again by Alarcon. It falls incomplete of the hands of Anthony Carrillo, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning.
I mean, yeah, just great stuff up in the pocket, but just poor execution on the end of that play. Seeing Villalobos down that, or Carrillo, sorry, down that field, trying to get a hit on that and trying to get some great positive yardage, but instead throws it downward, trying to put it in a spot where Castañeda cannot get that ball, but it ends up being just a little too low, causing them a fourth down.
The incomplete pass prior to the previous one changes things because it forces El Paso to get off a play before the 2-minute warning. If that pass is complete or the ball is ran instead, maybe El Paso High is in a different situation.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, the more yardage you get and the more completions you get, the more comfortable you're going to be within that time. And coaches are totally aware of that along with the players. I mean, they're just going to get set up as fast as they can. And right now we're at a 4th and goal now, or fourth down and long. But in reality, there's only one option to do here. Most likely punt it, punt the ball, keep it safe, and keep it out of the red zone.
They will indeed go with the option. A punt for the El Paso High School Tigers. Offensive production has been possible for EPHS, but finishing it off has been a completely different story.
Yeah, it just seems to not be clicking on all cylinders. They start off amazing, and then they just slow down, right? Get a little cold and try to find a way to get into that end zone, but it just seems to be fruitless, and it's just not working right now. Got to find something else.
The punt takes a favorable bounce for the El Paso High School Tigers. And with 3 timeouts to go in the second quarter, the Austin Panthers will have another drive to possibly extend their lead, currently leading 20-0 with 1 minute and 43 seconds to go. As Austin comes back onto the field, we'd like to take a moment and remind you that on this upcoming week, Tuesday night volleyball heads to Horizon as the Scorpions get ready to host the Socorro Bulldogs. You can catch that volleyball game live on the El Paso Sports Network YouTube channel or by going to epsportsnetwork1.com. Watch all upcoming and prior volleyball games. One passing play has been attempted by Austin. That was a successful 2-point conversion. Rube, however, will start under center. Hands it off to Castañeda. This run won't be as successful as the previous ones.
I mean, Moreno just coming in, cracking down on Castañeda. I mean, shutting down that whole play, right? Looks like he knew what the offense was going to do before the offense even knew what they were going to do. Just wonderful execution right there and wonderful discipline by the Tigers defense.
No rush for Austin. 23 seconds remaining on the play clock. Leading 20-0 with 1 minute and under 10 seconds to go. Isaac, do you try to keep this drive alive or just try to drain the clock?
Most likely, they're going to drain the clock. I mean, you can see right now, they're just standing in a huddle. They're not moving around. They're not talking too much. Quarterback's on the sideline getting the play from Coach Pichardo, most likely. But he's going to take his time. We already got 3 seconds on the play clock. Pretty sure there's going to let this one die down.
Timeout taken. The Austin Panthers will regroup on their bench. For halftime adjustments, what do the Panthers emphasize and El Paso alter?
In reality, they're
We'd like to take the chance to remind you that this upcoming week, Tuesday night volleyball returns as the El Paso Sports Network heads to Horizon as the Scorpions host the Socorro Bulldogs. You can catch that game live at 6:30 p.m. on the El Paso Sports Network YouTube channel or by going to epsportsnetwork1.com. Isaac Galvan, as you were saying.
right now, seems like the Austin Panthers are in a favorable position. It can just continue to do what they've been doing. Coach Pichardo, I'm pretty sure, has no disregards towards this offense and the defense. I mean, defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator are just executing on all levels, and the team itself is executing on all levels. Seems to be in the same gear. For Coach Aguilar and this El Paso High's defense and offense, seems to be there has to be a change in this offensive line, a little bit of the blocking, but alongside that, maybe just a little bit some more run plays, try to open up that ground game, but also trying to open up that passing game. I mean, it seemed to work a couple of times while CJ Aguilar was rolling out of that pocket. But right now, we need to see that team execute some more plays and get some more yardage downfield.
Roberto Flores will be the man to carry it through on a 2nd down and long as time continues to tick. As a timeout is taken on the field, El Paso High School will opt to burn one. They're down to only one in the first half. Is it a challenge from head coach Aguilar?
In a way, sometimes it most likely is. 46 seconds left on the play clock. Most fans are probably thinking there's no way a team can get a score off of this. But trust me, the more yardage they can get on that punt, it gives them a pretty good or reasonable yardage area to get into that end zone. And as a coach, thinking of that aspect, you're going to do everything in your power to get as much yardage for your team.
You have an upcoming third down. If you stop them, burn another timeout, El Paso High gets the ball back. However, in that instance, they're tasked with going down the field from realistically their own territory with no timeouts left.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was kind of like last night's game with Hanks and Montwood. They're going to start a 2-minute drive, right? This just means that the team is just going to have to get out of bounds as quick as possible, or it just be an incomplete pass, throwing it right towards the ground, trying to stop that play clock. But in reality, that is entirely up to this offensive team from the El Paso High Tigers. See how they can run that 2-minute and manage those 46 seconds right now.
46 seconds to go. Communication being made to the press box over the clock. From 46 up to 51. That's where it'll roll after two back-to-back timeouts. One called by Austin, the other by El Paso. The Tigers are down to only one. Rube takes the snap, hands it off to the edge. Over to Castañeda. Take the play back to the original scrimmage line for a 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 11, Austin.
Seems as though Coach Aguilar is probably just going to take this into the halftime. I mean, pretty sure he wants to readjust this whole offense and defense and just try to work something out, get on that playbook, get on that playboard, and get right back to work.
Rube runs a play. It's another handoff. This time over to the right. Seemed as though Castañeda found an avenue. Doesn't capitalize. The Tigers stop Castañeda as both squads will head into the locker room. For the Golden Panthers, it has been a golden result. Work to do for the Tigers as it's Austin leading 20-0 in the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw. The Panthers have claimed the last 8. El Paso High School looking for their first win in this rivalry since 2017. Who gets it done? You're watching the El Paso Sports Network. So far tonight.
So far, I mean, the running game is just phenomenal tonight. I mean, Coach Pichardo is putting a great game plan together and using that to their advantage against this El Paso Tigers defense. I mean, they're going to continue running this ball down this field, and they're going to continue getting those positive yardage along with those touchdowns. I mean, they are currently up 20-0. They're not going to fix something that is definitely not broken at all. So in reality, there is nothing that Coach Pichardo is going to do. He's just going to continue doing what he's been doing and execute that plan.
As for the Tigers, what do they need to build upon?
Absolutely. The Tigers just need to build on that defense. I mean, they've been loading the box up, and they've been really, really trying to figure out that secondary as well. I mean, they understand there's going to be no pass plays, and they understand that it's going to be only run plays. So stacking that box is probably the only safest option that Coach Aguilar could totally go with.
In 1960, this rivalry forever changed when then Student Council President of El Paso High School, Judy Haddad, was listening to the radio and noticed a story about the Little Brown Jug and Old Oaken Bucket, all of which are notorious rivalry trophies in college football. The idea then came to Haddad of introducing a trophy to the Battle of the Claw. That's when the Claw Trophy gets introduced. Judy Haddad, class president of 1961. The first Claw game was played in the fall of 1960. Despite being the originators of the trophy, the Tigers lost that game. And in the following spring semester, 1961, the trophy's casting was finally complete. And El Paso High School, in a sportsmanlike way, introduced the trophy to Austin. It has stayed there for 8 consecutive years. The Panthers are looking to make it 9, and it's that very squad that leads 20-0 as the second half is soon to kick off on the El Paso Sports Network. 3 touchdowns, all coming by the means of senior running back Joel Castañeda. A hat trick for the 4th-year varsity player. As for the El Paso High School Tigers, they're at home for the first time in this rivalry since 2024. We go back 2 seasons prior. That game was delayed due to lightning. Now the Tigers hope that lightning strikes their team in a metaphorical way. This may be it. Making moves, going down to the left of the field, down the 50, the 40, the stiff arm, still alive, the 20, the 10, green grass ahead. It's a touchdown for Anthony Carrillo. Bring up the pause. The pride of El Paso sneak their way into the end zone. Touchdown, El Paso High.
Absolutely amazing right there. I mean, Carrillo just finding his way down that left sideline, turning on the jets as soon as he reaches that 40-yard mark, and cuts inside one time just to make that kicker miss. Off to the races from there. No one was catching him. Wonderful run by Carrillo.
Lightning strikes for the oldest operating high school in El Paso, Texas, who in 1980 was listed on the National Registrar of Historic Places, meaning that forever El Paso as a city will be defined by this high school's Greco-Roman architecture and stadium built underneath the ground, a site that played host to the first 3 Sun Bowls. We go back to the first ever Sun Bowl that was played between 2 high school teams as El Paso High School gears up for the extra point. First touchdown of the night for the Tigers. The extra point is up. It's no good. 20-6. A special teams surprise coming out at the start of the second half ends in a special teams whiff. 20-6. El Paso scores in the blink of an eye thanks to Anthony Carrillo being as fast as a Tiger.
Absolutely. And right there, that's where momentum builds on simple kickoffs just like that. Carrillo has now put his team in a manageable 6 to 20 point differential. And honestly, Coach Aguilar is totally going to build on this and try to exercise his rights on that defense.
The deficit cut by 2 scores as El Paso High School looks to kick it off for the first time in this half. Offensively, it's been Austin who has dominated through just pounding the rock. But El Paso gaining momentum through the special team side. How do they add on top of the recent success they just experienced?
I mean, right now, you're already at the top of the game. He already just scored almost a 90-yard return. I mean, that is a huge moment in and of itself. Coach Aguilar is seeing this and wondering, all right, what's the next available step now, right? Is it the offense or is it the defense? Now that we have a kickoff, totally going to be the defense, right? They have to see a way to shut down this Austin's run game and see if they can stop that.
El Paso High School calls itself the pride of El Paso. They face off against Austin, whose motto is the school with pride. So far, it's been the Golden Panthers who for the past 8 seasons have been prideful of their results in this rivalry. But it's the Tigers looking to turn the narrative around and claim the claw in which was invented by their minds decades ago. Kick is on the way. 11 minutes and 43 seconds to play in this third quarter. Out comes sophomore varsity starting quarterback Mason Rube. Today is varsity debut. Isaac, as a quarterback yourself, how's it been going?
In all reality, Ruben's been doing everything he needs to get done, right? He's just handing off that ball, keeping that ball secure, making sure that his team knows exactly what play call is happening, and it's been executing really well. On the Tiger side, maybe a little bit more constructive, maybe stop throwing off balance a little bit and try to get those feet planted, making a throw downfield.
20-6, we stand on historic grounds. R.R. Jones Stadium hosted the first 3 Sun Bowls, but it's also known as the birthplace of Friday Night Lights, as the first ever Friday night football game was hosted here in the state of Texas in 1928. That was a game between El Paso High School and Alpine, where more than 10,000 people filled the stands for a Tiger shutout. El Paso beating Alpine 26-0. Now it's the Panthers hoping to shut down the lights that the Tigers just sparked with the kickoff TD. They run it first. Now it's 2nd down and 10. No yards gained, none lost.
I mean, right there, wonderful shutdown by this defense. Number 76, Ortegon, making the play on that and shutting down that hole, making sure that there was no run for gainage on this one.
2nd down and 10, led by head coach Eric Pichardo, entering his 10th season with the Golden Panthers. When we go back to 2025, head coach Eric Pichardo carried a great honor not just for him, but the city of El Paso, as he was named a finalist for the Tom Landry Award, making him one of the 8 best head football coaches in the Lone Star State. The fake, ball loose on the ground, momentum may just turn. No signal yet on who has it. The pump fake for a screen pass, as the ball will remain in Panther possession.
I mean, right there, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but still ended up getting about 4 yards on that. I mean, just power legs, just telling us weight room for sure.
A 3rd down and 6 faced by the Austin Panthers. Despite the large lead, does Austin begin to tremble now that El Paso has flamed a spark?
I'm pretty sure Coach Pichardo is trying to keep his players with a steady mind, right? No one's going to want to continue and try to think, hey, this might be a comeback. So in reality, Coach Pichardo just has to keep his cool along with his team, and I'm pretty sure they'll be okay.
El Paso's second oldest high school lines up for a 3rd down and 6. They hand it off to Joel Castañeda. Still fighting, pushes forward. It won't be enough to move the chains. It'll make it a 4th down with 4 more to go inside their own territory.
Run play good for 2 yards. 4th and 4. Timeout for injury.
During the night, over at R.R. Jones Stadium with the Panthers leading 20-6. We'll take a pause in the action. You're watching Friday Night Football on the El Paso Sports Network. We welcome you back to Robert Randolph Jones Stadium, named after the first assistant principal of El Paso High School who served in that position from 1916 to 1923. Robert Randolph would later become principal of the institution from 1936 to 1943. You want to define concrete jungles? We are literally surrounded inside of one. This stadium, the first major concrete stadium built in the country. It hosts the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw between the Austin Golden Panthers and the El Paso High School Tigers. It's the Panthers facing a 4th down with 4 more yards to go.
I believe this is the first time that the El Paso High Tigers has stopped this Panthers defense, causing them to have a 4th down and in favorable position at that. Trust me, Coach Aguilar is definitely looking at this and looking for a score on this drive.
The Panthers will go back off of an earlier foul, makes it 4th down and long. This snap, muffed on the punt, going down. The Tigers may have just found momentum. Don't blink, because El Paso High School has got possession after a muffed punt.
I mean, just not what you want to see. Super unfortunate for this Panthers offense. High snap on a punt and gets the Tigers in favorable position. I mean, this is definitely not what the Panthers wanted. And trust me, I'm more than sure Coach Aguilar is licking his chops right now.
Head coach Ray Aguilar, hired back on April 2020, entering his 7th season. When he came to El Paso High School, it was to rebuild a program that didn't have any wins in the prior year. Previously, Aguilar Jr. served with San Elizario. In 2017, the year before he got there, they were winless. After him, San Elizario was led to the playoffs twice. Now trying to lead a comeback, going inside close to the end zone, but will be short. 20-6 we stand, under 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. After a botched snap on the punt, it's the Tigers now inside of Austin's 5.
By number 21, Joshua Vallejo, he's brought down by 0, Castañeda.
CJ Aguilar and the El Paso High School Tigers have had difficulties capitalizing off favorable field position. This time, they're at Austin's 2 on a second down and goal.
I mean, just favorable position right here for the El Paso Tigers. I mean, everything you want right here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a run right up the middle.
Aguilar's under center. Run right up the middle. You're right in claiming so. Up the call. Touchdown. El Paso High School bites into the lead once again. Tiberius jumps for joy. R.R. Jones Stadium illuminates. It's the Tigers mounting a comeback early into the third quarter. TD EPHS.
I mean, wonderful execution right there. I mean, just goes to show you how much weight room is so important within this football game. I mean, you can see right there, he got stopped right about the 2, but just pushes his way in, and his offensive line sees that and pushes him alongside with them, right? So wonderful execution right there by the El Paso High Tigers.
On for the extra point after missing the first one. The snap is up, the kick is good. 20-13 we stand.
I believe that's our first extra point of the game.
Austin High School missed on their first extra point attempt. Went for back-to-back 2-pointers. El Paso misses. So Isaac, you're right on that.
Oh, man. Wonderful game creating here right now. Wonderful atmosphere. Let's see what happens next.
On the line tonight, the Tigers looking to regain the claw for the first time in 3,241 days. Their last victory against the Panthers occurred on October 13th of 2017 when the Tigers beat their arch nemesis 23-18. This rivalry has one that has been defined by generations. The oldest rivalry in El Paso, Texas. The fourth oldest rivalry in the Lone Star State. To many, whether spectators, players, or coaches, this is bigger than a district championship. Bigger than a playoff game. Because earning the right to keep the claw for a year is what fuels many of these players who lived the game, who were part of these teams, to continuing to partake and support the program.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to continue to see these guys just play on a whole nother level. They want to keep this trophy, and they want to keep it secure in their case, right? But it seems as if the El Paso High Tigers aren't going to go down without a fight. We're in for a wonderful game right now.
For the first time tonight, the Austin Golden Panthers were forced to punt. That was a botched snap. El Paso got it in very favorable field position, and now their defense comes back onto the field. Head coach Eric Pichardo has done a wonderful job rebuilding this program. When he came in 2017, he was coming in at a time when the Panthers went through 3 consecutive 0-win seasons through 4 years. In fact, the last playoff appearance before Pichardo's tenure was back in 2008. Now the Panthers have made the playoffs 9 straight seasons, have won the claw 8 straight times. They hand it off to their senior running back, who has a hat trick so far, Joel Castañeda.
Looks like Castañeda got about 4 yards on that pickup. Looked like it was a sweep to the outside.
Second down and 6. As we'll take a quick pause in the action. It's the El Paso High School Tigers biting into the Panther lead. Austin leads 20-13 in the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw. Just 11.8 miles away from Ciudad Juarez stands the home of the El Paso High School Tigers, who are currently in the midst of mounting a comeback against their arch nemesis, the Austin Panthers. Trailing by a score, with 7 minutes and a little over 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. Handed off, Joel Castañeda. Despite his number being 0, he's accumulated 3 touchdowns so far, and very well has just moved the chains. He does. A new fresh set of downs for the Panthers.
I mean, wonderful run right there. Looking upfield and trying to find anything he can. Gains those extra yardage. Yeah, and finding that extra yardage with that defense in Stowe. I mean, wonderful job by the men up front as well, executing their jobs and pushing them back, allowing the Austin Panthers to get a first down.
Austin facing the large Corinthian columns designed by architect Henry Trost. Hands it up the gut once again. Goes for minimal yardage, makes it second down and manageable for the Austin Panthers. A running game that was very pro-efficient in the first half, but now you begin to suffer when it comes to stamina.
Absolutely. I mean, in reality, this takes a lot of stamina out of the offense. And to continuously do this throughout a whole game, trust me, you need to be running gassers every single practice to make sure that never happens. But in reality, let's take our attention to the defense here. They have adjusted quite well to this offense and their running schemes. They have loaded that box up, trying to stop anything they can from going inside and even outside, right? Wonderful execution right there and wonderful discipline by this Tigers defense.
They look to hold him on second down and medium. Under center once again for Mason Rube. Rube will hand it off once again to the left. The run is just short of moving the chains. Make it third down and a very short one to go. A very pivotal point in this game, a little under the midway point of the second half is third quarter. Third down and 1. Austin will spend some time in the huddle. Under 20 seconds to get a play off. Third down and 1. Rube under center. He'll take the snap, hand it up the gut. Run goes over to the left as it has in the prior attempts. Pushes forward and is enough for a first down.
I mean, it was shut down in the backfield, and he just continued to push those legs forward, gaining a first down. I mean, wonderful execution right there by number 10, Chris Leiva.
A little over 5 minutes to go. In the second quarter, Austin held possession for the majority of the quarter, just simply by running the ball. Now time continues to tick after El Paso High School's quick 2 scores.
Absolutely. I mean, Coach Pichardo is definitely trying to run down this clock. Now seeing that it's only a 7-point difference now, Coach Pichardo definitely wants to run down that clock, making sure that El Paso High doesn't get any possessions in a comfortable position here.
They're at their own 48-yard line. Under center. Hands it up the gut. A gain of what initially seemed like 2, now goes back to 1.
I mean, right back to what I was saying, just stuff the box, right? And Coach Pichardo is definitely going to have to find a workaway around that one. It's really hard to run a ball when that whole box is coming at you.
Second down and 9, as the Panthers hope to keep the claw alongside their Golden Panther, which sits inside of Austin High School's halls, Elroy, a taxidermied Golden Panther who was named after a former creative writing teacher. Elroy and the Claw have been inseparable for 8 years. Austin's duty tonight is to make it 9. Second down and long. Under center. Gives it up the gut after an initial fake. The Tigers are on top of it, and our pushing foot is all the way back.
And first initial contact, Salazar, number 62 on the defense side right there, just blows up that whole entire play. I mean, just wonderful discipline right there.
Remains third down with 9 to go. A little over 3 minutes to play. Austin's lead cut to 7 after leading 20-0 coming into this very quarter. This team very proficient in running the ball. When it comes to rushing yards last season, this squad at 3,732. No fumbles while doing so. Third down and 9. A pivotal moment in the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw. It'll be a run stuffed. El Paso High School explodes with cheer as it's fourth down and long for their arch nemesis.
Leyva on the carry, tripped up by number 52, Gabe Monzon.
Chris Leyva
Is now at the El Paso 49.
carried the rock last season, 77 yards with 10 carries, his third year on varsity. It's fourth down and long as Austin, for the second consecutive time, will be forced to punt, a sight that we did not see just 2 quarters earlier.
I mean, let's take it back to that last play. Austin was definitely trying to push it up that B gap and just could not find a way right there. Monzon, the edge rusher, number 52 for the defense right there, trips him up and everything, stops the whole play dead in its tracks, causing them to get a fourth down.
No botch snap this time, instead it's high. And it takes a favorable bounce for the Panthers. They'll let it roll as the Tigers will be inside of their own 20-yard line. For El Paso High School, a favorable way to start the second half.
The bunt by Austin is down at the El Paso 19-yard line.
Isaac,
First and 10.
what do the Tigers need to do to improve the quality of their drives? They've been able to move the ball downfield, sure, but haven't been able to finish up until this very quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, right here, this is where you make a stand, right? You're seeing that this defense
Makes it third down and a bit more manageable. As we'll take a quick pause in the action. You're watching Friday Night Football on the El Paso Sports Network.
Lights on the court, six on the floor, crowd at the gate, wanting more. Scoreboard goes, hands go high. Tonight we fly, no sleep, just sky. Feel that roll, feel that rise. Wave by wave, we own the night. Tuesday night volleyball. Tuesday night volleyball. Serve it up, we go all in. Tuesday night Net gets shook, spike hits hard, bench goes wild from the yard. 6 on 6, no backing down. Every set runs this town. Feel that roll, feel that rise. Wave by wave, we own the night. Tuesday night volleyball.
We'd like to remind you that this upcoming week, Tuesday Night Volleyball returns as the El Paso Sports Network heads to Horizon as the Scorpions host the Socorro Bulldogs. You can catch that game live at 6:30 p.m. on EP Sports Network 1. Also, the football action doesn't end tonight because keeping the heartbeat of Texas high school football alive is the post-game pulse, airing tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp on a Saturday morning. So grab your cafecito and watch recaps of every single game in the 915, including this one, as the Tigers ever so close to committing a sack. Getting there was Salvador Alarcon, bringing the pressure on Ruby, however goes for naught. The Panthers face fourth and long.
I mean, no one was expecting this. Ruva just totally just dropped back, and everybody was expecting a run play. But at that last second, he decided to throw it up, which is a dangerous play to make as a quarterback. Just throwing it up, trying to make sure you don't lose those yardages, and almost getting an interception, right? That is not what you want to do on this one. But at the same time, he also kept the play alive and keeping the Tigers away from that ball.
And the clock is stopped on a fourth down and long that will more than likely be an Austin punt. The point differential is 7. Entering this second half, it was 20. Now we're at fourth down and long. The Panthers get set to punt. The clock goes tick, tick, tick. The Panthers can milk off 6 more seconds, make it 5. We're at 8 minutes and 30 to go. Austin gets set to punt. Play clock down to 0. The ball has not gone off yet. No flags, they'll let him punt it away. Clock is at 8 minutes and 18 seconds. Brought back, spins one, cannot penetrate the Panther wall. Multiple in to bring down Anthony Carrillo. But to the surprise of many, El Paso High has a chance to tie it late into this game.
Right here is very crucial, right? El Paso Tigers now have the ball on the offensive side. Defense did what they had to do. We have to see what Coach Aguilar is going to do and execute from this playbook to get these Tigers into this end zone.
He was brought in to make this program a winning one, something that he achieved with San Elizario back in 2018 and 19. The year prior to Coach Aguilar's reception, San Elizario was winless. But head coach Ray Aguilar Jr. led them to 2 consecutive playoff appearances. Has not done that for El Paso as of yet, but has rebuilt this program from one that did not win any games in 2019. Now trying to win his first claw. First claw for this high school in over 3,000 days. Right now the priority is getting into the end zone. That run makes it second down and manageable.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Mara right there just choosing a hole and deciding to go with that. And it gets him a good 6-yard gain right there.
Passing-wise, the Tigers only threw for 696 passing yards. Rushing-wise, 1,042. At the birthplace of Friday Night Lights, a stadium already so historic that it's part of the National Register of Historic Places, this squad looks to create more historic moments. However, a rough bringing down of the running back on the previous play will make it third down and long. However, stays within the original measures of the chains. The pride of El Paso.
I mean, right there, quarterback has an easy pull or give option, right? And I believe he saw it right after that play was done. He should have totally pulled that, gone for the yardages on that one.
Under 7 minutes to go. In the stadium where Blackjack Pershing once rode his horse into R.R. Jones's facility to celebrate the end of World War I. El Paso High hoping to celebrate a victory of the claw. The Tigers will take a timeout, and so will we. You're watching the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw. It comes down to this on the El Paso Sports Network.
Robbie was born and raised in El Paso and was a proud graduate of the Lady on the Hill from the class of 1959. He was an outstanding athlete.
Surrounded in the concrete jungle, designed by architect Henry Trust. It is the new architect of this El Paso High School offense, CJ Aguilar, who tries to make some moves. He's down close to the Austin bench. As the ball was seemed to let loose, it is, and it's Austin's possession inside of El Paso High School territory. The rush by the young quarterback results in a pivotal mistake, and with 6 minutes and 32 seconds to go, it is the 8-time champions of the Claw who will have possession.
I mean, it's not what you want to see right there. I mean, just a mistake that happened on the field, and definitely something that is it's going to keep him up a little bit up at night, right? But at the same time, right here, this defense has been executing on all cylinders. Hopefully, Coach Chris Aguilar and this offensive team can trust this defense to execute what they've been doing for the past half.
Ciudad Juarez is 27 minutes away. Austin High School is 10 minutes away. And if the Panthers pull out a victory, that's more than likely where the party's going to be. 6 minutes and 32 seconds to go. Austin looking for their 9th claw to keep it in their high school, a traveling trophy that hasn't done much traveling. since 2017. Run up the gut. A formidable game plan that has worked so far for the Panthers.
Run by number 10, Chris Leba.
Head coach Eric Pichardo's strategy is one that has clinched the Panthers 9 straight seasons in the playoffs. Pichardo coming in and essentially rebuilding this program after 8 straight seasons of being the head coach at Bowie. His success is tried and true, and it comes from a place of humility. Posting on his social media, just a kid from Segundo Barrio trying to make a difference in kids' lives. The difference tonight could be the measure of who comes out with a trophy and who doesn't. 7 points. The difference between both of these rivals. Second down and long. Joel Castañeda with the ball. He's tugged down. Third down and short.
Run by 0, Castañeda. He's wrapped up and brought down.
After the run to make it third down and manageable. We'll take a pause in the action over in R.R. Jones Stadium. New and used Ford vehicles are for sale in Lordsburg, New Mexico. We provide a range of commercial models for New Mexico businesses, and our team is eager to help you find the right Ford for your needs. Visit us at Lordsburg, New Mexico today to see why we are a leading Ford dealer near Santa Clara. You can go to www.smithfordlordsburg.com. Water emergency? Jimmy Garza Emergency Water Removal is ready 24/7, 365 days a year when unexpected water damage strikes. From burst pipes to flooding, count on our team for fast, professional help. You can call them at 915-474-9472. 5 minutes, 28 seconds remains in the fourth and final quarter. Both of these teams separated by a touchdown in a historic concrete jungle, thought of by the architect mind of Henry Trost. That name might be familiar, as architect Trost is responsible for designing Hotel Paso del Norte, which isn't too far from our view, Old Main, Graham Hall, and the library, which is now known as the Geology Building of the University of Texas at El Paso. A threatening Corinthian columns, and a concrete stadium built into the ground to find El Paso's oldest institution. And it's that very entity that hopes to clinch the claw for the first time since 2017. Isaac with 5 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Panthers holding advantage. How does El Paso pull off an upset and clinch the claw for the first time in 3,241 days?
Right now, they have to stay focused on the W, right? They have to stay focused on just getting that ball back and seeing what they can do with that afterwards, right? Coach Aguilar is probably talking to his players right now, making sure that they understand what it is that they're going to be executing in these next couple of drives and plays, right? Coach Pichardo is definitely going to be trying to fight back on that and try to rebuttal whatever Coach Aguilar is telling his players, right? He's going to continue on that ground game, and he's going to continue to try and kill that clock, right? It is up to Coach Aguilar and this defensive team to make sure that they get that stop and can manage that clock.
When you were in this position in rivalry games with everything on the line, what went through your mind?
In reality, do everything you can possible. Put everything out on the field, leave nothing off of it, right? You want to make sure that you know you did your 100% for this team and for this staff and for this community to know that I did my absolute best to try to win this football game, right? And there's no greater feeling than doing just that.
Austin High School calls themselves the school with pride. El Paso High School's motto, the pride of El Paso. 3.7 miles separate both of these institutions. But the hard feelings, those are inseparable. This stadium packed to the brim to witness the Tigers' improbable comeback. One that was led by Anthony Carrillo, returning a kickoff for a touchdown, something you don't see that often anymore.
Not really. I mean, seeing a play break out that big at the start of the second half, I mean, just phenomenal, right? Everyone was expecting the ball to be down maybe about the 30, 35. But then as soon as he broke out of that, he just turned on the Jets, making one-man miss and scoring that, getting the Tigers 6 points on the board for the first time today. That changes the whole momentum and changes the whole mentality of this game.
Play will resume. The Austin Panthers, after a turnover committed by new varsity quarterback CJ Aguilar, are inside Tiger territory, and they face a third down from El Paso High School's 27-yard line. El Paso High School this season having to replace their entire quarterback room after Landon Nusa and Lise Rodriguez of last year graduated. Third down and medium at the 27-yard line. Ruby under center. He hands it up the gut, then gives the defense a pump fake. It won't be enough to move the chains for the Austin Panthers. You know, a very interesting question creeps up. Go for the fourth down or go for a field goal and make it a 10-point difference with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go?
In all reality, I feel like this is probably the safest option right now. Go for those extra points for the 3, right? Get yourself out of that hairy situation of them scoring and tying the ball game, right? So I say just take the easy way out and go for those 3 points.
Fourth down with 4 to go. Joel Castañeda inside of the huddle. The senior has matched the amount of touchdowns he punched in last season with 3 tonight. A hat trick, but all of those touchdowns came in the first half. Now in the second, there's been none. Head coach Eric Pichardo will need more time to talk about it with his crew. Austin takes a timeout at 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go. They take a pause, and so will we. You're watching the Battle of the Claw, edition number 96.
Audi Q3, own the moment. Meet the new Audi Q3. Bold design, intelligent technology, confident performance. From the city streets to the open road, the Q3 is engineered to make every drive feel extraordinary. The new Audi Q3, make every moment yours. Visit us in person at 6318 Montana or 24/7 at AudiElPaso.com.
Summer is almost over, but the excitement is just getting started. As we're trying to wrap up our Summer of Audi sales event, I want to personally invite you guys to start looking at the all-new Q7 and the all-new Q9 that are headed down to El Paso right now. All new technology, new experiences, and more importantly, a different way to experience luxury in this great city. So stay tuned. The best is yet to come. This is Audi.
We welcome you back to Robert Randolph Jones Stadium. 3 minutes, 56 seconds remain. The Panthers leading 20-13. They're inside El Paso High School territory at the 26-yard line. They face fourth down with 4 to go. They hand it off to their 3-touchdown stud. Senior running back Joel Castañeda has got himself a fresh set of downs, moving the chains. Initially, but then a fumble ruled on the field. It goes to the Tigers. Would look like a routine run that was practiced and executed all game long results in another turnover and a change of momentum as the Tigers have one more chance to tie it up.
I mean, right now, this is the biggest stage to be on, right, in the 915. This is the Battle of the Claw, and both of these teams want to continue, or one wants to continue to keep that claw, the other one wants to gain that claw, right? Quarterback CJ Aguilar definitely has to step up right now and show this team why he is the starting varsity quarterback, right? But this Austin defense is definitely proving to be quite challenging.
Now for the young QB, has to forget about his mistake earlier and capitalize on what was just given to EPHS. He'll slide, still hit after contact. Officials will let that contact slide, make it second down and long.
Pretty close call right there. I mean, he slid way before. Smart decision. Try not to take too many hits.
It's been 3,241 days since El Paso High School claimed the claw. A trophy created by former Student Council President Judy Haddad possibly can return to the institution. But that's up to the Tigers and their new look offense as the previous pass falls incomplete. Third down and 7.
Right there, I mean, trying to step up into the pocket and trying to find some open grass right there. Number 21, Joshua Vallejo, just sitting in the open grass. But quarterback CJ Aguilar was off balance a little bit and threw it pretty low, leading to this third down.
Aguilar is in shotgun formation. Two receivers on both sides. He takes the snap. It's rather low. He looks down to the right. That pass is incomplete. Hoping for a pass interference call is Anthony Carrillo. He won't get one, and it brings up fourth down and long with under 3 minutes to play. Decision here? Question mark, Isaac?
Right now, we are in the final moments of this game. They are going to have to take a shot, right? Even if it is in their own red zone. They need to take this shot, right? They need to continue moving down this field because if the Austin Panthers get this ball back, Coach Richardo is just going to kill this clock out.
That shot needs to be 7 yards or longer. Fourth down and 7. The Tigers will stay on the field. Welcome to varsity, CJ Aguilar. Claw on the line. Deficit is 7. And a timeout to be taken by the Austin Panthers. This, the closest matchup since 2 years prior. That was when this game had to be moved to a Saturday after a lightning delay. Austin creeped out a victory over the Tigers 21-19. But last year, when both of these squads were over at Austin High School at McKee, it was the Panthers who came away with a dominant victory, 42-13. Fourth down and 7. Isaac, through the air or through the ground?
Right now, we're at a 3rd and 7. The safest bet right here is to go through the air, right? You don't want anything on the ground that could be stopped short of that yard markage. And giving you a pass gives you more leeway and a lot more opportunities to get even more yardage on top of that. Of course, this offense just needs to get 7 to get that first down and continue this drive. But if they don't get this, that is the end of this drive and back into the hands of the Austin Panthers.
Seven yards to go. One try for the pride of El Paso, as the motto goes. Trips out right, shotgun formation. Aguilar rolls right, looking deep, throws down to the center. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Anthony Carrillo. Instead, it's broken up by the Austin Panthers. They get a new set of downs. And the Tigers might have just had their last chance.
I mean, just not great execution on that play, and probably not the best play call right there, right? You have a cover 3 defense coming up, and you send a post right over to that middle. That safety is going to continue to ball hawk and watch this guy coming across his face, in which CJ Aguilar decided to throw there, giving the safety an easy punch and incomplete pass.
The Claw could possibly be awaiting a reunion with Elroy, the Golden Panther, inside of the halls of Austin High School. One defined by its Spanish architecture. The Claw belonging there for the past 8 seasons. 2 minutes, 47 seconds away from it being 9. Another run up the gut. This one goes down the center. It's solid progress made by Chris Leyva, the senior.
Yeah, first man by big man, 62 Salazar, right in the middle. Just carries him a little bit more of the ways, right? Thinking he was going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. And Chris Leyva just continued to pump those legs, getting about a 2-yard gain.
It's Leyva's 3rd year on varsity. As time continues to tick, ever so close to the 2-minute warning. But before we get there, El Paso High School will take a timeout at 2 minutes and 14 to go. Head coach Ray Aguilar Jr. speaks to his squad, down by 7 with the Panthers in enemy territory. It's been a familiar sight for El Paso throughout the night so far. Head coach Ray Aguilar Jr. still searching for his first claw in his coaching career since coming to El Paso High in 2020. In these moments, Isaac, is it common for the players to feel nerves, whether on the back pedal like the Tigers or trying to keep a lead like Austin.
Absolutely, and the nerves never go away in these types of situations, right? This is high stakes right here. You can either win a game or you can tie the game right here, right? So coaches on both sides are definitely trying to keep their best, to keep their players' nerves down to a minimum to continue to have their drives, right? And continue to have that discipline and the mentality to just fight forward and win the football game.
Second down, 2 minutes and 14 to go. Under center once again for Mason Ruby. The sophomore quarterback making his varsity debut. Man in motion. Out on the far right. Two backs. Ruby hands it up the gut. They'll run. Solid gain of around 2 yards. Remains third down and long.
Castañeda on the carry. He fights forward for 2 yards.
As the 2-minute warning will be called on the field. 20-13 we stand. The clock can move or it can stay. The Golden Panthers hope to keep it in their trophy case. You're watching Friday Night Football on the El Paso Sports Network.
Audi Q3, own the moment. Meet the new Audi Q3. Bold design, intelligent technology, confident performance. From the city streets to the open road, the Q3 is engineered to make every drive feel extraordinary. The new Audi Q3, make every moment yours. Visit us in person at 6318 Montana or 24/7 at AudiElPaso.com.
Summer is almost over, but the excitement is just getting started. As we're trying to wrap up our Summer of Audi sales event, I want to personally invite you guys to start looking at the all-new Q7 and the all-new Q9 that are headed down to El Paso right now. All new technology, new experiences, and more importantly, a different way to experience luxury in this great city. So stay tuned. The best is yet to come. This is Audi.
Two minutes to play. The point difference is 7. 20-13, the Golden Panthers lead. They have not scored since the first half of action. Both of the touchdowns punched in by the Tigers came in the third quarter. Austin inside of El Paso High School territory. Timeout taken. Austin High School.
Timeout, Austin.
Facing a third down with 6 to go. They've been running it throughout the entire game today. When it came to this moment earlier on a fourth down, decided to try something offensively. Austin did not opt for the field goal, kept their offense on the field. If fourth down arises again, what's the game plan?
Right here, Coach Aguilar just has to send the defense in there, right? Make sure that the defense gets a stop and maybe, hopefully, get a favorable either interception or a fumble out of this, right? You're trying to do your absolute best to get possession of that ball and maybe some extra after that, right? But he just wants to make sure that he can stop them, get the ball back, and do his absolute best. He still has 2 timeouts left on this play sheet, right? And he has a whole playbook to open up, right? So do that.
We go back to the previous play on fourth down. That was essentially a gimme for Joel Castañeda, who has been amazing so far today. 3 touchdowns. But then, a fumble. It gives El Paso High School new life, something that they didn't capitalize on, but with 2 minutes to go, a third down and 6. Maybe lightning strikes twice.
Maybe. We're going to see on this play.
The claw is on the line. Ruby is under center. 3-back formation. Tosses it back out. This play will end with a slide and with flags on the field as it's Joel Castañeda keeping it safe. Sliding down past the chains. Will check the call.
Number 0, Joel Castañeda. He slides down.
The flags flew right as Castañeda began to slide.
First and 10.
Maybe a possible holding call on the Panther O-line. We're soon to confirm. It'll be just that. Erase the first down. As nails continue to be bitten off inside Robert Randolph Jones Stadium, one of the first major concrete stadiums built in the United States. Credited as the birthplace of Friday Night Lights, hosting Texas football's first ever matchup on a Friday in 1928. That was a victory by the Tigers. They hope to emulate that result tonight, but they have under 2 minutes to do it.
Huge break right there for the Tigers. Getting that hold call right there is super crucial for this team right now. Castañeda was clearly past that first down, but right now it breathed new life into those defense. Hopefully they can stop them, get that ball back, see what happens.
Make it 3rd down and long. Castañeda, the highlight for this Austin Panther offense. A hat trick. All of those touchdowns coming in the first half of play. A rivalry established back in 1930. There was only one time that this rivalry wasn't played. You'd have to go back to 1963, November 22nd, the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. As the story goes for those students who lived it, everyone was dismissed, the game was canceled. But fortunately for those who were dismissed, they got to come back 20 years later to this very stadium and play their claw game. And it's currently Ruby who looks to add on to the history of this rivalry, taking the ball himself and being dragged out of bounds. It's not enough to move the chains, however. It's a 4th down and long.
Right there, I mean, quarterback Ruby decides to run out of bounds right there, which initially stops the clock, right? So right now the Panthers and the Tigers are not wasting any timeouts, right? So it's 1 minute, 22 seconds left on this clock. More than sure that the Panthers are going to try to run this ball, or maybe another surprise pass once again. See what Coach Pichardo has planned.
4th down and 7 to go. The band as loud as it can be. What is in the book of tricks for the 2025 Tom Landry Award finalist? We're soon to find out. Under center, flags fly immediately.
Seems to be on the offense right now. False start, I believe.
So from 4th down and 7 to 4th down and 12.
More favorable position right here for the El Paso Tigers, right? They needed this, right? It's a huge break for them. Coach Aguilar, I'm pretty sure right now, is trying to find a game plan for this offense once they come back on the field.
8 consecutive wins. 3,241 days. The most valuable trophy for both of these institutions could boil down to a 4th and 12 inside Tiger territory with 1 minute and 22 seconds to play. 3-back formation for Austin. Drops back, looking, throws deep downfield. That pass is caught. It's caught, goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Austin Panthers. Game could possibly be iced. Mason Ruby, welcome to varsity football and welcome to your claw legacy.
I mean, play design was written up perfectly, right? Coach Pichardo knew that this team was expecting a run. Quarterback Ruby decided to keep that, drop back into that pocket, take a shot down the field, right? Where he connected with Kaimani Cooley, right? A person we've been seeing on defense as well, who's been making some plays and making his name known tonight. But to see him make a huge impact tonight on a big 4th down to seal the deal on this game, just absolutely phenomenal.
Snap is high, the kick is good, despite the Tigers penetrating the line. And with 1 minute and 13 seconds to go, Mason Ruby connects with Kimani Cooley. Both get their first touchdown on varsity, and the lead extends back to double digits. Just the 3rd passing attempt for Austin tonight, as head coach Eric Pichardo proves why he is a top 8 coach in the state of Texas. The 96 Battle of the Claw continues to tick, tick, tick. 1 minute and 13 seconds. El Paso High School needs 2 scores to tie, where the Claw once again belongs to the Panthers.
I mean, right now, morale must be low, but I'm pretty sure Coach Aguilar is doing his absolute best to keep those morales high and discipline even higher.
The kick is soon to come. A reminder that the action doesn't stop tonight, because the heart of Texas football is carried on into tomorrow with the post-game pulse. Catch the post-game pulse live for its new season debut tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time as we recap every single game of Texas high school football in the 915, including this one, the 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw. Elroy and Henry both have smiles on their faces. It's Tiberius who now is more nervous than ever as the squib kick down the middle goes into the possession of the El Paso High School Tigers. 1 minute, 6 seconds to go. Down by 2 scores.
Kickoff is fielded by 0, Joey Salcedo at the El Paso 35-yard line. First and 10.
I mean, right now, try to score as quick as possible and go for an onside, right? That is the one goal that El Paso High Tigers definitely need to take into consideration here. Quarterback CJ Aguilar definitely has to make some big throws right here and maybe some even bigger runs from Ledger, right? But this is crucial. We are 1 minute 6 in the fourth quarter.
Shotgun formation. Aguilar takes the quick snap, looks, connects with this man, almost getting to midfield. El Paso High School is going to hurry up. The connection complete to Anthony Carrillo.
Pass is complete to number 4, Carrillo. He gets up to the
El Paso High School moving forward.
and 10, Tigers.
Time continuing to tick. Trips out to the left. Looks, throws, completes it. That pass is caught. Moving inside Austin territory is El Paso High School as Aguilar checks his wrist. Second down. Both Mason Ruby and CJ Aguilar have had their welcome to varsity moments. Those moments, however, have been very different. We're under 30 seconds to go. Point differential is double digits, 2 scores. Takes the snap. Aguilar looking right, throws in that direction. The pass is incomplete, intended for Santi Herrera. El Paso High School continues inside of Panther territory. The 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw has 17 seconds left. El Paso High School's comeback was built up in the third. Now it boils down to the fourth.
I mean, pass incomplete right there. Stops the clock. 17 seconds left. Man deep in Austin territory in the safety position.
Here's the snap. Here's the throw. Aguilar connects on the screen pass. Over to Ledger Merritt. One Panthers juked. The other stiff-armed. Merritt continues with the ball, and he moves them chains for a fresh set of downs.
Great run right there. Great catch by Merritt. I mean, bounces off at least 3 guys before he's finally taken down after that first down.
Clock continues to roll. 2, 1. Clock ends on the board and on the field. The game is over. The Claw remains with the Austin Panthers. 4 words to be said all across Austin High School. This is our Claw. The Panthers, for the 9th consecutive year, are the winners of the Battle of the Claw. The 96th edition of the Battle of the Claw comes to an end. 27-13, Isaac Galvan, your closing thoughts of the night of El Paso's oldest and most historic rivalry.
I mean, coming into this, we already knew it was going to be a high-stake game for that Battle of the Claw, right? Coach Pichardo just had a wonderful game plan for this whole 4 quarters, right? The first half, he had 2 great executions from his running back, Castañeda, and then in the second half, just continued to kill that clock, right? Eventually, the El Paso Tigers made that change in the defensive position, but just was too late on that, right? They needed to have a little bit of more of an upstart in the beginning of that first half.
The Claw remains golden. A huge thank you to our wonderful crew, our cameraman, Christian Hernandez, our producer, Mia Betancourt. To the names of Isaac Galvan, I'm Sebastian Perez Navarro. And from El Paso's oldest and most historic stadium, we say that we're over and out.
Thank you for watching this broadcast on El Paso Sports Network. Visit us at epsportsnetwork1.com for your source of sports and entertainment.